Hey guys, good morning. So in the last video we saw about the recursive city. So link is in the description. If you haven't watched, you can go through the video. So today we're gonna see about the exception handlings in SQL. Okay. So basically exception handlings in SQL again. Here also we deal with the exceptions using the try catch blocks. Okay. As you can see, there is here one syntax. Okay. Inside the begin and end block, this is one block of statement, right? Inside this, again, try catch, using try catch, we are executing or handling the exceptions, okay, occurred. So as you can see, this is one, you can say one code, okay, which shows the, let me first execute this. As you can see, an error occurred, okay, followed by the error number and the message also, okay. So in every programming language, the concept is same, right? We deal with the try catch block. In try block, we used to write the code, okay, write the code which, okay, which may cause logical errors, right? So basically, the technical term according to the interview also, in the try block, we write the logic code, right, which may cause an error, okay. So here one simple example, in the try block, we have declared three variables, okay, of in data type, okay. And then what we are doing, A divided by B, storing that in the C, okay, using the print function to show the output, okay. Here, why cast function is used because the variable C is int data type, okay, and result is a string, or in SQL terms, it's a varchar. So again, we are casting it, okay. And inside the catch block, what we are doing, we are handling the error, not handling, we can say, we are just say catching the error by the name itself, okay. So as you can see, we are using the error number and error message. So basically these are some of the, you may say, the useful error functions in catch block, right? We have error number function which returns the error number. Here also, as you can see, it returns the error number 8134, and 8134 is nothing but in predefined mapping table, as you can see here, divide by zero error encounter. Same, there are some list, here are some of the list of error numbers and their error message, okay. These are predefined, okay. So in our case, it's 8134, that is divide by zero error, okay. So in catch block, we are just catching the error, okay. First, we are printing one simple statement, error occurred, then followed by the error number and the actual error message for the error number, okay. So this is one basic example where we are handling the exceptions. So by the name itself, uh, an unwanted error or unwanted behavior, we can say, that's nothing but the exception means what? Up. It is very different from the normal case, right? So, but yes, you can explore more like what are the error numbers and what are their meanings, okay. And these are some useful error functions, okay. Generally, we use this in catch block, okay. Error message, error line, error procedure, error severity, and state, okay. So, working with transactions, basically, if you are working in some project, say, and there are transaction involved, so then we will use the begin transaction, commit transaction, and rollback transaction, okay. So one simple code, Okay, okay, as written here basically. Again, try catch block. Inside that, what we'll do if we are dealing with transactions. Now, what exactly transaction means what? Generally, in bank applications or wherever there is a payment gateway. On daily basis, we do UPI payments, okay, to buy some, let's say, buy some products, okay, through online or offline going to shops also. We used to do UPI. We are transferring money from our account, okay, to another account, right? So again, transactions are involved, right? We buy products through online, okay. We do online payment also. There is an option for cash on delivery and online payment. So if we are going with the online payment again, so so what does that mean? A payment gateway, right? So again, transactions are involved. So for that, if you are writing a query, so again, inside the inside the try block, you have to write the begin transaction. That means what? The transaction is going to be begin, right? And then whatever query we want to perform or our logic, and then commit transaction. Commit transaction means what? That the changes are reflected, okay, reflected in the database, right? Please note here, and that changes is what? That changes are permanent, right? Once a particular transaction is committed, that means what? That the changes are reflected in the database and then there no more changes, okay. That is, it can't be rolled back. So after committing, just printing one statement, that is transaction committed successfully. So in our day-to-day, let's say in UPI payment, as soon as we perform one UPI transaction, we got one check symbol, right? That it's success check, one image appears. So that's nothing but here also. Here what we are just printing transaction completed successfully, and then in the catch block, if there is in this written logic, okay, if there is any, let's say, an error occurred by chance, okay, then it will be rollback. That means the changes will not get reflected because in the middle only the transaction get breakout, or you can say roll out. So we are, what we are doing, we are rollbacking the transaction, okay, and then showing up the message like transaction failed, and then again, as same as simple as that, the error number followed by the error message. That's it. So it's simple. So as discussed now, if dealing with transaction, then what you have to do, begin transaction and then commit transaction. This you will mention inside the try block, okay, as you can see here. And then in catch block, rollback transaction to undo the changes if something goes wrong. Commit transaction is nothing but your final step, okay. We write this in the final step, okay. Okay, so examples as discussed, we have the bank, any bank application, okay. There are transaction involves, no doubt. And another one, e-commerce, we have Amazon, Flipkart, right? Misho, we buy products, right? And we do instant payment. So again, transactions are involved, okay. So I hope you guys are getting, let me know in the comment section. So this was all about the exception handling in SQL, same as that of any programming language. Okay, okay. Try catch, that's it. Okay. Here again, dealing with transaction, then you are inside the try. You have to write begin transaction, commit transaction, rollback transaction. That is as simple as that. Okay. So in interview also you can answer like this. Okay. So that's all about the exception handling. So in the next video, we'll discuss another topic of SQL. Okay. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.